Okay, so I know this clip isn't relevant to this video, but check out this clip I got from playing Airsoft this weekend.
Oh. Oh, that was a shot and a half. I want to go and apologise about that one. Oh, that was dirty.
Man, I was so happy with that shot. The timing to get the shot just right when he was there and the accuracy of where the BB was, it was just all a dream. That gameplay will be coming out at some point in the near future, hopefully, so if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe so you don't miss out on that epic gameplay. And also a big thank you to all my Patreons for being amazing people. You are wonderful and I love you very much. Now, we are here because a brand new sniper rifle has come out, or maybe not a brand new sniper rifle, but a Mark II version of a sniper rifle, and it warrants us taking a bit of a look at it, because with the Mark II rifles, what's different? What's changed? When a brand new sniper rifle comes out, there's always just a long list of like, these are the features that it has, and you look through it like, does it have this, does it have that? But the difference with when a Mark II rifle comes out is you want to know the differences between the original one and the new one. And not only do I have the original one, which I have taken on many different gameplay adventures, but I also have the new one here too. So let's crack this one out of the box, build it, and see what differences lurk between the Mark II and the Mark I SSG96. I just want to do a very quick public service announcement for this pin here, because a lot of people kind of get this rifle and then they get confused as to how to build it because this doesn't seem to go anywhere. Well, this is very magical because if you bring your fingers here, it actually unscrews. Yes, this is a two-piece pin, and without unscrewing it, you won't be able to build the rifle. So yeah, that's how you do that. Now let's see how the rest of this goes together. Oh, and there we have it in all of its glory. You also have that barrel unjamming rod there as well, but because I've not used this yet, I don't need to unjam it at all. But I may give it a clean later on, just to make sure that everything is all nice and clean and Gucci in there. Just like the standard one, the magazine goes in the bottom here like this, and it is spring-loaded too. So when you press the button to get it out, it comes out with some ruddy force, which is great because even though I love my SSG10A1, it can be difficult to get the magazines out from time to time. So this is a very welcome change, and yeah, you don't have that issue because look at the spring power. Amazing. And before you ask, yes, the magazines are the same as the Mark I version of the rifle. So if I just grab my Mark I here, chuck it in there like that, it is in there, and it springs out just the same. So let's crack the mag in there to complete the look and do a bit of a feature rundown on the new rifle. The most obvious change here with the rifle is the stock. Not only does it come in multiple colors now, when the original one only came in black, but you also have a folding stock. So you press this button here, the stock folds in, gets caught on that little nipple, and now your sniper rifle is smaller and easier to carry around the place. Personally, the folding stock option doesn't really impact me too much. I think it's cool, I think it looks good, but yeah, I never really find that I need to make my rifle smaller for transport. Although that being said, when I do take my SSG10A1 around the place, it does like stick out of my gun bag from about this bit onwards. Maybe I do need to have a folding stock, but I just haven't accepted that yet. Then on from the folding stock, we have got a fluted cylinder. Now this comes as standard in every single SSG96 Mark II, and this should allow for a easier bolt pull because there's less surface area rubbing on the glide rings. Did you just say glide rings? Why yes. Yes, I did. Now again, for many sniper aficionados out there, glide rings, plural, may not be a big deal, but the original SSG96 only had one glide ring. The fact that you've got an extra glide ring in there and the fluted cylinder should mean the bolt pull should be incredibly smooth and really nice in your hands when you're flinging BBs at people in the field. Also, as standard, you have got the fluted cylinder or drilled cylinder or whatever you call it, the one with the straight lines here down the outer barrel. The original SSG96 though, my one does have a fluted cylinder. I can't remember if I got that extra or if it came with it as standard. Maybe it does come with it as standard. You also, on the Mark I version, had this little screw here for your hop. There's a little grub screw in there, and then you use an Allen key to change it, and then you can change your hop on the fly. The SSG96 Mk2 has its own party piece, and that is if you move this cover forward, you have an integrated TDC built right into the riff. And what this does is it allows you just to move this to the side like that, and now you've just put hop on, move it this way, and now you've just taken hop off. Being able to adjust hop like that so easily on the fly is a big deal. On my SSG10A1, I have got the Tridos TDC here, which you can see, and it allows me to use my thumb like this and make quick hop adjustments on the fly. Now, I've spoken about hop adjustments before in the past, and a lot of my viewers don't actually seem to change their hop too much during an airsoft game, whereas I'm there like making adjustments all the time. Not only on new builds when you need to kind of like find the sweet spot, and as everything is kind of zeroing out in the riff, you can kind of like find out where the nice new equilibrium is for where the hop needs to sit. But if you need more range, if you need less range, if you want to put loads of hop on and shoot sideways to get somebody around a corner, then you can do all of those things when changing your hop during the game. With the Mark 1 version of the SSG96, it was quite difficult to do because you needed to get an Allen key out, do your adjustments and whatnot, and that was going to be a lot more movement, and there's more of a chance that people can see you when you've got to move loads. But the fact that it is just straight integrated here as standard on every rifle, that's like a really big deal, and that's very exciting. I can't wait to get this out in the field and run it and see how this goes. Back to the stock, you've got your cheek crest at the back here, which the Mark 1 version did have, but you've got thumb screw adjustments on the Mark 2 as standard. So you can unscrew those, change the cheek crest position, put it about there, and then tighten it back up again. No need for an Allen key or carrying any other tools with you if you want to make adjustments there, which is great. Also on the Mark 2, which is new, is this little cover here, where if you take it off, you've got space to mount a monopod. So if you do want to get a monopod installed here on the rear to make it more comfortable when you're using your rifle, you can do just that. Just like the Mark 1 version of the SSG96, this is left-hand conversion available right out of the box. All you need to do is mess around with this bit here, take some screws out, move some gubbins around, and you can have this as a left-handed rifle just like literally immediately. So all you lefties out there isn't going to be a left-hand kit conversion available for this rifle because you don't need it. You can literally do it right away. Also the same as the Mark 1 2, you've got the empty magazine indicator here. So this little thing pops up when your magazine is empty, when you fired your last BB. And also you have a fire indicator at the back here. So if I cock that quickly there like that, you see this little red indicator has popped out. That tells me the rifle is cocked and ready to shoot. And when I shoot, the little indicator goes away, and now I know that the rifle isn't cocked anymore. And that may seem like a little bit of an arbitrary feature, but trust me, when you're sniping, sometimes you do forget if you've cocked the rifle or not, and then you'll be following a target for ages, pull the trigger, and then nothing comes out of the barrel. And then you feel really silly, and a little bit like maybe you should quit airsoft because you're a bad person and a bad player for not cocking your rifle before you take a shot at someone. Yeah, it doesn't feel good when that happens to you. Oh, and you also have at the front here a bipod adapter. You mount it in there, and then you've got a little bipod on the front of your sniper, so you can set it down and just have very accurate distance shots. But I hear what you're thinking. You're saying this cool TDC thing here isn't enough. I want more innovation. I want Novritsch to change the game when it comes to sniper rifles. Because every time there's a launch, there's always people on socials and whatnot just being like, oh, you've just taken some upgrades and put them in the rifle. That's all you've done. Do something more interesting than that. So they actually did do something more interesting than that. And I feel like it's going to be something which is going to get mixed reviews, just because this kind of stuff always does get mixed reviews. But I think it's going to get mixed reviews for all of the wrong reasons. And this change is the hop chamber and the inner barrel. They are now both proprietary to the SSG96. But what does that mean, you may be asking? Well, the inner barrel in this rifle has got thicker walls. Instead of having a total diameter of 8.5 millimeters, now this inner barrel has a diameter of 10 millimeters. This means it won't fit in any other hop chamber on the market for the L96 platform apart from the hop chamber that's in here, and also the hop chamber that's in here is not compatible with any other barrel available on the market for any rifle ever, only the barrel that comes in this rifle. And that also includes the hop rubber as well. There's a silicone hop rubber in here, which is custom to this chamber, to this barrel, because a normal hop rubber is too small. It's not got enough diameter to fit over where it needs to go. So you have got a load of custom brand new parts that Novritsch have done, researched into, created, tested, and put into this. And from what I hear, to great effect as well. Let's do some dry firing with it, just to kind of like get the grips of it and see what we're playing with. Okay, so that second glide ring already I can tell is making a big difference. It's nice and smooth throughout, so that is really nice. I like that. That is already a big improvement on the Mark 1 version, and I think people are going to have a much better time using it because the bolt pull is smoother and easier too. I'm not sure if you can see, but I do have a little bit of scuffing here already on the upper receiver where the bolt goes into it. And I did have that on my Mark 1 version as well. And I ended up just filing down these little ridges to make it even smoother going into the rifle. But even if I just tip this back like this, that is perfect. You can see how smooth that bolt travel is already. And that is literally just taking it out of the box. Don't even need to push it any further forward at all. My SSG10 doesn't do that, and I've run that, I've run that so much. So yeah. They have got the bolt pull on this thing. Very, very nice. Let's set the hop to 6, grab some BBs, and put them in this mag and see what we're chronoing at. Because I got the 2.2 joule version, because the limits here in the UK are 2.32 joules. So yeah, let's put some BBs in and see if I am sight legal out the box. First shot. So 2.25 joules, which is pretty much spot on. In the UK, our limit is 2.32. So being at 2.25, brilliant. 2.26, that is a very small variation. 2.27, very small variation again. 2.2, a little bit less, but still within 1 joule, 0.1 joule. 2.17, slightly less there again. 2.29, so still sight legal at that. 2.29 again. Was that 2.29 again? Like exactly. 2.27, we'll go through until we've done all of the BBs, and then we can double check all of the consistency to see where this rifle sits. And again, this is literally straight out the box, built on the desk right now, and putting it through the chrono. 2.25, 2.27, I mean, this is very, very consistent. There we go. That is all of the BBs I did in that mag. We can see all of the FPS. 3.36, 36, 37, 31, 329, 335, 338.8 twice, 3374, 3381, 3374, 3374, 3367, 3353, 3374. I mean, that is very consistent, especially for like an out-of-the-box sniper rifle. That is very, very consistent. So yeah, I'm guessing the hop chamber, hop rubber, and the barrel config, the new setup that they've done, is doing the trick, because that is very consistent. I'm not going to wrap it like I did my Mark 1 version just because the green and the black looks amazing, but I do have some accessories here which I'm going to chuck on to customize it. So this is what it looked like beforehand, and this is my final form build of the SSG96 Mk2. Man, this rifle looks so sick. I must admit I am in love with it a little bit. The fact that we've got the bipod there ready to go as well, and I've also got my little monopod here at the back ready to go too, so I can get all comfortably set up in positions when I'm prone with the rifle, which is very good. The reason why that's very good is this rifle is quite heavy. On its own, without a magazine, this rifle comes in at 3.7 kilos, which is almost double that of an SSG10A1. So if you've got a gym membership, don't worry about that. Pick this up, run around with it all day, and your arms are going to get massive before you know it. I've also got the Novritsch Scope Set Mark II installed on there. As you can see, it's very low profile to the rail, which is good because that means the center of the scope is going to be very close to where the BB is coming out the barrel. And the reason why that's good is if you're in like a bush or a tree or something taking shots, you're going to be much more accurate at getting the BB through the branches, because if your scope is looking through and can't see any branches, then your BB shouldn't end up hitting them. Also, with the extender and the kill flash on there, there's still plenty of room room for you to get to the hop adjustment on there. I can use the rifle like this, take my shots, and then make adjustments with my thumb just like that. And yeah, very easy to use. I like it. The folding stock as well actually did come in useful when doing the teching, especially when installing the textures bolt handle, because in order to get the cylinder out now, you can just fold the stock back, pull that little pin out down here, and then that's your cylinder out just like that. And that makes spring changes much faster, much easier, much simpler. And then to put it back in, pop it in there, pull the trigger, and it should just go all the way in just like that. Put the pin back in, and now you are ready to hit the field. That is 100% a fantastic display piece. I mean, and we know it performs well because the Chrono was so consistent too, but this is something where when you get home from playing Airsoft, you can put it on a shelf, put it on a bookcase, and just enjoy it for the rest of the week. Well done, devs. You have made yourselves a lovely rifle. And I'm gonna take this thing out in the field and get some juicy headshots for you to enjoy. So make sure you don't miss out by clicking subscribe, and I'll see you then. Hoo-hoo-hoo.